Again, today was actually under the supervision of another trainer because I was asking her where I'm going wrong with the strap over the neck. So what's funny is the internet trainers decide to come in and they think they know everything from a 30-second clip. But really, all you do is boost the algorithm, so maybe I should monetize. Thanks, guys. I was like, you know what, let me just jump on because apparently people have a really large problem with me posting my journey with my horse and positive reinforcement, which is so funny and like just crazy to me because these are the same people that are like, no to pressure and release, no to, you know, any kind of fear-based training, but then the moment you're learning positive reinforcement, it's suddenly like, no, you're doing it wrong. And he's doing well, Lynn. He's doing like really well. He's progressing with me really, really nicely, and I'm happy with where he's at. And in the end of the day, he's my horse. He's not yours. You will never have to ride him. Trust me. I promise. You will never have to do anything with this horse ever because he's mine. Yeah, I don't get it either. I think it's just people trying to still get attention and trying to find any way to do that. Really like his brain. Hi, kitten. Oh, am I petting my cat wrong, you guys? Is there a better way I should be doing it? You can go, kitten. And that's the thing, I'm not going to ask people permission to learn or to go on my own journey. Sorry. And if you want to hate on it, you absolutely can. It makes no difference, except for brings more people to my algorithm. So again, I'm probably going to monetize just off the haters. Take one from JD Muleskinner and just make an account just of replying to haters. And monetizing off of it. Let the haters make me rich. Instead of, you know, what I had originally come on here for, and that is to spread awareness about horse abuse, because, you know, my clicker training is much more important to people than horses that are starving in a field or a lady who rescues horses. Much more important. But there's like, my trainer actually sent me a post today that Bree wrote about how she is not in our group. She's doing this, she's doing that. And my trainer's like, what the hell? Like she's not even saying the correct things of what was going on there. I'm like, yeah, welcome to my life. And then that girl that was just doing all of the hate on my page, after all that, goes, I use cubes for training too. Wait, what? Then what was the whole point of this entire thread? But she kept saying, so are you going to delete me? Are you going to block me now? Are you going to block me now? And it's like, are you trying to get me to block you? Because that's what it seems like you're doing. So then she can probably go and to everyone be like, oh, she blocked me too for criticizing. No, if I block you, it's because of a couple of reasons. If I block you, it's because we're going in circles. And in the end of the day, it's my page. And if you don't like, I don't use cubes as a choking. You already said, Chrissy, that you do use cubes. You literally said it. Did you go delete the comment, or should I need to go back over there and get it and then come back really quick? Because as soon as you found out that Becca uses them, I don't use cubes as a choking hazard. Yes, I use cubes. Are you all there? Are you okay, honey? Do you need something? Do you need us to send you some help? Obviously, I'm not doing a choking hazard. I'm cutting. They're in the. You know how they flake off? Yeah, I flake them off. And if they're hard to flake off, I wet them and then I flake it off. So they are like tiny, thin squares that are easy to chew. And you should ask Becca how big are the cubes that she uses, because you love Becca so much, right? You know her so well. Didn't even know that she had left town, like, 5 months ago, and work for the person that you follow like a god, Warwick. She's literally working with Warwick now. She's in Paso Robles. So she used to live 20 minutes from me and used to come and help me anytime I asked, hey, I don't know how to do this. When I first started, and this was for probably the first 2 years, I used to call her all the time and she'd come out. In fact, I think if you go down in my profile, you can see her trimming my foal's feet. Pretty sure it's there somewhere. But she's fantastic. And you know what she throws over to her horses every day? She throws the full-on cubes every day. That's what she gives them. So you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And it's pretty hilarious that you think you do. But keep going, please. I'll just sip my coffee. And you can ask her what she uses. And you can ask her why she uses alfalfa cubes as well. And it's because they get alfalfa every day, so it is lower value. And my horses, they like alfalfa, but they're not going nuts. They're not going crazy over it. And the first thing that we did with him was target training, sis. Very first thing was target training. From a 40-second or whatever it was video, you can't tell everything that's happened in 6 days. I've literally been with him for hours every single day. But keep making your judgments. I really don't care. People are so mean. You're awesome. I mean, honestly, if that's the way they want to live their life, they're more than welcome to be that way. That's who I learned from, Chrissy. That's who I learned positive reinforcement from, was Becca. It was Becca who taught me to use alfalfa cubes. It was her that taught me how to do target training. She's the one who taught me how to do a lot of things. So yeah, I'm going to throw out the person's name who taught me how to do the things that you are criticizing. Why are you doing nothing right then? That's your opinion, because he sure looks like he's doing pretty damn well to me. Again, you're looking at a 40-second or whatever it is video and making a lot of assumptions, because almost all of the things that you said. So when he's stretching his nose, I don't have a treat in my hand, ma'am. He's stretching his nose to target the halter because he was taught to target the halter. And you can't hear my voice, and I'm saying, touch. And he goes, touches. And again, my journey, my horse, my page. Or what does that one girl do? Bye. You don't have to be here. You don't have to watch it. You can go get bucked off your horse again. Maybe you should get a mic so people can hear better and clear up some. I had music on it because I'm not making it for you guys. I'm making it for me. I'm posting my journey on my page. So you can either watch it if you want to. It's up to you. Or not. It's really up to you. And I'm learning. He's not being hurt. Unless, Chrissy, would you prefer that I use fear-based training instead? Would that make you happier? I'm sure it would go a lot faster. Because he hates the whip. See, this is the problem, is that people try to go into a different route. They try to learn something new. And during that learning curve, even when they're clearly saying, hey, this is the first wild horse I've ever worked with and I'm nuts, so I decided to make sure they would also, that it's also a stud at the same time. and I'm going to use what I already know with my horse. And he's taking leaps and bounds. I'm taking my time because it's my horse, it's my time, and I can take as long as I want to do things how I want to do them. With your horse, you can go ahead and force them into collection too soon if you want and let them buck your ass off. I'm not about to do that. I'm going to teach him how to use their body right before here. He's not a Mustang. It was absolutely wild. He came off of 400 acres where he lived his entire life, and he was running in a bachelor band with 3 other studs. Then he had another herd that he kind of bounced in between, which was like the mare herd with one stud, which is his dad. And his dad was already starting to kind of kick him out. He was trying to get a mare, but his brother, which is the buckskin that's there, his brother actually ended up taking that mare instead. So he's never been bred, but yeah, he's wild. The only contact that he's ever had, I mean, feral, wild, kind of along the same lines. He's feral. He's not had human contact, other than people that drive up to go camping in that area and will sometimes throw them like carrots or apples. He's not handled at all. Now he is, but he was not handled at all. The first day that I met him, he actually charged twice, and that was because the amount of pressure, and I put barely any pressure on him, just to see where his bubble was and what was going to be the best way of working with him. And his best way, because the only thing he'd ever gotten from humans before, is 2 things: either chased with ATVs and whips to move the herds where they needed them to move. So he hates whips. And that he had been fed carrots and apples from people that passed through there. So, I mean, pretty wild. Feral, wild, however you want to put it. Whatever makes you happy, go ahead and call them. Feral or wild. Unhandled is the term that I've been using. He is a very pretty little gray, ain't he? Unfortunately, he won't stay this pretty little dapple gray. He's gonna gray out to the point where he looks white. I know what I'm doing with my horse, and I also watch my own videos back and say, okay, I would do this next time, or I would do that, or whatever. And, you know, again, this is my horse, my journey, my page. No one has to follow. I've been very clear that I am not a trainer. No one pays me to train their horses. I don't ask anybody to let me train their horses. I play with my own horses and have done really well with my own horses. And if I ever have an issue that I need help with, I will ask a trainer. I have sent horses to trainers, and if it's beyond my experience or expertise, I have no problems. And I think anybody should, even a trainer should go to other trainers should they not know how to do something, and get someone that has more experience than them. And that's part of learning. And as long as you're utilizing the avenues that you have available in order to, that's part of learning. And a lot of trainers have learned and trained under other trainers. And I watch, so I know what's going on, how they're doing things. And luckily, the trainer that I work with right now is so good about explaining things. Like, she kind of over-explains things. But to the point where I understand every little tiny thing that she's doing with my horses. And she's working with my husband's horse right now. And then also with me. So I've never had professional training myself. We never had the money to do that when I was a kid. I learned how to hold on, and that was that. But this is why people don't share their journeys. This is why people don't try new things and then put it out for anybody, because the criticism that comes is brutal. And in the end of the day, people just need to understand that their criticisms are coming from a 30 or 40 second video. Who cares? unless they're in your specific shoes or right there with you during the entire time, really their opinion matters not, right? So if you're on this side, that's a very vulnerable, see somebody, my mom's name just came on, which is really freaking creepy, just to say. If I started posting or going on and doing your mom's name, would love to see a reaction to that. Name and making profiles with it, or taking my name or my liking and making other profiles and then coming onto my stuff to stalk it or whatever. I absolutely will not be putting my daughter up onto TikTok. In fact, I need to go back and see if there's anything of her from before. It's so weird. But my mom has like a very unique last name, so the fact that somebody has my mom's name, and they're in this live right now, my mom has such a unique last name that, like, you would have had to have been really stalking me to go and find, because she doesn't go under that last name, because that was her ex-husband's. So yeah, for the 30 minutes that I'm on lives, like 2-3 times a week max, my daughter plays in the room right next to me. And anybody that has children knows that when you're on the phone, like your kid, I love horses, people not so much. Same. You know, and I used to tell people, like, I love people too. Like, I hate when people say I hate people. But God, I'm starting to understand why people say, like, oh, I hate people. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah, I guess I'm just getting old. According to Amy, I'm getting old. Uh-oh, wrinkles are showing, you guys, when I smile or squint. God forbid. Yeah, no, I'm about to be 40, and apparently that's too young to have any type of wrinkle. Which, honestly, I love my laugh lines. And she'd be really pissed if she knew that I Botox. That's why my forehead doesn't move much. Guess she hasn't caught on to that one yet.